issues in the templates that you're working on. So if you can give us a little bit of demo on how this work, it would be great.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
Harry, are you on?
Yeah, Harry's here as well.
Oh, great. Okay, perfect.
All right, so some of these have been fixed already. I'll just jump into this first.
Because he updated them.
Yeah, so the way the blocks work, if I update CSS or JS in the toolbox, if I update the CSS or JS, it's fine. No blocks need to be swapped out. It's automatically updated. But if I update the HTML, of course, they'll have to be swapped out because you can change the HTML in the builder. So for instance, like the page titles are a good example because we weren't able to add padding to top and bottom, right? That was one of the issues. So adding it to the CSS was fine, but I had to alter the HTML to add the class to pull up the options for the padding. So if you're using an old page title block, then you're not going to have that option, but I'll show you right here. So page titles, so I can drag over one of these page titles and then click the settings, and I've got this padding here.
Okay.
So, and right now I've just done the basic, Bootstrap 20, 40, 60, 80, but with that class there, I can add 100, 120, whatever, and you won't have to swap out the block because the class is already there. What I was just talking with Rory is, of course, we're using Bootstrap. Now, but I'm using the Bootstrap 4 classes. So I can add, I want to push this out so that all sites have it, and it shouldn't affect anything because I'm using Bootstrap 4 classes and nobody's using that yet. But we can use these classes in the blocks, and that also gets our builders getting comfortable with Bootstrap 4, so it's not such a shock when we do swap over. So I can use these classes for the padding instead of pixels because using pixels is an accessibility thing. If you use rims, it's based off your default browser font size. So if you change your font size, everything grows with it instead of stuff being at certain pixels. So, so that padding issue is fixed on that. That's a long way to say that, but and we've got page titles. I did it for all of these, and I don't know if you remember, I had like 99 page titles in here, but they were all variations of these basic ones. So I just kept it with light and dark, container and container fluid, and then I've got a one with a image background. So, but with this, you can do the same thing. Why is that?
Okay.
VB block height.
Can they go in and change the code here too?
I wouldn't.
No,
What?
just leave. Just do everything from the front end.
Yeah. If the problem with anybody going in and changing the code is there's usually a reason why we're doing that. So if there's a reason, let us know so we can make it an option so that everybody does it and nobody has to go into the code.
Okay,
That makes
so
sense.
if you feel like
How
you
can
need
we
to
change the height?
What's that?
How can we change its height if we want to change it height of this text background size image?
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. Let me look over here. Page titles. VB block height. I might have to get with Lucas and find out why this one isn't showing up. Let me double check something real quick. VB
Okay.
block height.
block height options.
66. VB block height. See, it should be pulling in these options right here. Because it's got that class VB block height. So that one class should pull in all of these options, and it's not for some reason. So I'll have to find out why that's not, but it's there. But for some reason it's not showing up here. So that's something I'll have to get with Lucas and find out. Unless, can you check and see, make sure there's not a space or something?
On the database, I'll check.
Oh yeah, on your, okay. Yeah, we'll look into that. I've got these options, so it's there. For some reason it's not working right now, but we'll figure that out and find out why it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be pulling up another tab here that says
Yeah.
block height with those options available.
Yes, got it.
So looking at this document, what this duplicate blocks on home page, I haven't seen that. So select any page, add blocks after publish when page being refreshed, then add blocks will increase.
The only time I've seen that is when I've done
Duplicate block.
version control. But I haven't seen that in any other scenario.
So I'm dragging blocks over and I'm not seeing that error, so I'm not sure what. It's not duplicating anything.
Hit refresh.
Okay. Just give me a moment. I will let me tell you.
Do you want? We can make him presenter too if you want.
You want me to, yeah, you want us to make you presenter so you can show us?
Yeah, we can show it to you. Let me share my screen with you guys so that it'll be easy for you. Just hold on. Let me just do it, okay?
Okay. I can make Harry the presenter, but I don't see Gagan anymore.
Ask him if he was just seeing that error on the homepage.
He said any page. Select any page.
Brian, our presenter is not working. This is not allowing us to share the screen with you guys.
The button isn't disabled.
It looks like the
I'm gonna
button
try sharing it with Harry.
click open store. I think we need to add something. Okay. You want to share your screen, switch to desktop. Just hold on, guys. Share your screen. Switch desktop. So, okay, this link. Talking about. All right, I'm sorry, guys. Switch to desktop.
Yes.
Says continue allowing to access your microphone. Done. Just hold on, guys. There's a little bit of trouble. Just hold on.
No worries.
We're fine.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Oh, there's a different Harry. Maybe this one.
Hello.
Hello?
Okay, I think it's showing like you are the presenter for now. You need to let us the presenters so we can share the screen.
Screen.
Yeah, I think
Share.
Veronica.
Harry, make presenter. Let me try that. All right, there you go.
Okay.
No, that's not it. Start sharing. Change presenter to Harry's. I put Harry.
He needs to select his desktop.
Harry, can
You change, what is it like if you change this?
That's webcam.
Although it looks like that's what he's sharing.
It says waiting to view Harry's screen. Change presenter to Harry. Make Harry. It says you're the presenter, Harry.
Yes, yes. I'm sharing. Just about to share.
Yeah. Now I think it's coming.
Okay. Can you see my screen now?
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay.
This means big. Not a big time. I
Had a
thought
bit of speed.
Enable that out. That's how did you do that?
It's the image behind it. The image is centered behind the circle.
So like if I like select like That's all.
Okay, this is the one.
All right.
Yeah, this is the one.
So, La Mer Villages, La Mer Villas. Okay. Mhm.
Can you see that, Brian?
Yes.
Yeah. Right. Duplicate. Downwards? Yeah. Yeah, this one. Okay.
That's what we told them to do, is
Yeah.
update all the old.
Yeah, down in bigger this. Yeah, I get that. Okay.
दोबारा रिफ्रेश करता हूँ आप रिफ्रेश
Mhm.
फिर
Okay. You edited once and you refresh the browser and it appeared.
Yes.
Okay, so when I added these blocks and I refreshed the page after publishing the site, and I can see multiple designs, multiple blocks, same. It's just like cloning after refreshing.
After refresh.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, so Brian's going to that org here.
Okay.
Did you hit save and publish? Because we don't see it duplicated yet. Oh, he was in the
Harry,
test.
sir,
Home dash test.
if we can demonstrate them, you know,
Give me a moment. Give me a moment.
we can demonstrate them so
Okay.
that they understand this.
We can try to show you how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, delete this one. Yeah. So
Okay, while publishing. Okay, so it's clear now. Let me add blocks. First one, glider.
okay, so we need to write the call to action first, and then okay, so we have to drag and drop this. Did it appear now? Duplicate?
Are you looking at the same? Oh, it looks like it's time. Is it pausing for you, Brian?
Hmm?
Are you seeing it live?
Okay, can you see this now? Like it's duplicating the call to action. It's showing it second time now. 2 times. I have added one and a slider, and I just changed this to another page, and I refreshed the browser to view what I added earlier, like just a slider and call to action. And then I go to back to my page, and in Visual Builder, it's showing me 2 times. First, and then slider, and again call to action.
Okay.
And if I try to publish this, I haven't changed anything. So it will appear here now. Okay, this was the issue. Like I haven't added this, I just added a slider and below it a call to action. This first call to action is automatically added by Visual Builder.
The call to action
Yeah.
duplicated. Okay.
All right, so you open a page in the Visual Builder, you drag
Yes.
some blocks on, you publish it, everything's fine. You go to a different page and then come back to the page you were originally editing, and that's when it duplicates.
Yes, right.
Yeah, that's a Lucas issue. We'll have to put in a bug to Lucas for that.
Well, I've got it all on video here. I'll share it to him.
Okay, great.
Is it just on that org? Have you ever experienced that in a different org? Because Brian and Jamie and Rory, you guys have never seen this, have you?
Yeah.
Well, I can't say that I know that I've ever edited a page, went to another page, and came back. So I mean, I don't.
I just did it.
It did it on yours.
No, I mean, I haven't been able to recreate it.
All right. Hold tight real quick. Let me try it on this one. I just want to see if it's an org specific thing.
I'm going to change the presenter back to
Okay.
Brian, okay?
I mean, it could be related to whatever. You don't know the old org.
Yeah,
Okay,
because
can you want to show me anything? Or can I stop share the screen or just?
I made Brian the presenter again.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you need to show anything else?
No.
We will show in case you're stuck somewhere. So definitely we will show it to you. So it will be to and fro today. It's okay.
Okay, so we'll come back if we need to. All right. So Brian is in a different org now.
Okay.
All right, so y'all can see my screen now.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
So I'm gonna refresh this. Here, let me. All right, so design, call to action, services.
There's a website build, and I don't know if I should assign it to you or Manny. It's for the shrimp basket. It's basically taking the current site and trying to match it using one of our templates. You're going to have to modify it, but there's a site build that's coming up today or tomorrow that will actually probably Monday that I'll sign out. And there's also 2 new tasks I put in for designing 404 pages and sitemap page designs, or blocks really, but you only get to them if you go to the reserved pages. of the dashboard. So you have to launch the VB3 via the dashboard. You won't see the 404 page in the dropdown.
Okay, we will start our work on that by Monday morning.
Okay, yeah, it's not urgent with that, but that's something Brian was saying we needed more of.
Yeah, that's okay. Okay. We will-
All right,
we will
so I just tried to do it on this template here, and it's not doing it on this one. So, but I don't have sliders on this template, so I don't know if it has something to do with dragging the slider over, or if it's just something on that template. So I'll research it more,
Okay,
and
sure.
if it's an actual bug and not something to do with one of those, I'll put in a ticket to Lucas.
Okay.
Okay, sure. Thank you.
So the next thing on here is there's no option for change color of navigation text. So the way any of these colors work, so like this nav, if I change default, dark, white, you can see, like, watch this home button. So from dark, it's white, from here, it's black, and then from here, they're all white, except for this one. So where that comes from is any background color is pulled from global settings. So if I have this dark blue background, any text on top of that blue background is going to be white. That's the way the CSS is set up. So what might be happening in Lemire Villas admin, because these were older templates before we figured this part out with the colors, what might be happening is there might be something in the global, or let me check this first.
Okay.
Okay, so here's the issue right here. If you don't have a color set, your text is always going to be black. So because this is a black background, we'll say white text. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Same thing here. Dark red, so white. Dark red, so white. All right, so now the text is set to white. So now if we go in, to edit website, and we change out the header.
You have to delete the header first. You just drag it over.
You just drag it over, it overwrites it. All these pop-ups will get out of the way.
Very close to all that.
All right, so now we've got a new header.
Okay.
The reason these are showing up is because all of these headers, the navigation menu needs to be main-menu. So we just rename that to main.
Yeah, I told him, Amon said that he was doing that they updated them all.
So I'll publish this, refresh. All right, so now you're pulling in the main menu. And then if I change this, see now the text is white, or why is that one black? Color 2. No, it didn't save. because
So
I
you have to
pasted
put
in
in all your 4 colors?
5, 6. Yeah.
Okay.
Step one.
So add every color.
Good. Green.
So if you want to make a different template, you can just go in here, use the same header, change the colors, change the name, and it's as.
Okay. So if we add any navigation with a dark background, so we need to change global setting to the white color text.
Yeah, if your background color is a light color, then put black text. If it's a dark color, put white text.
Okay, so we need to change it in global setting. We need a white color.
This one's not saving for some reason. Huh?
There's 2 colors. There's a color 2 here, and color 2 here.
Yeah, it's not saving that.
Try this one.
Oh wow. Why is it?
Oh, it already said. Try it under the content global setting.
Go back to the sites.
Yeah.
Save.
There you go.
So
That's weird.
yeah, here's a little bug here in the global settings. There's color 2 text here, and there's also color 2 text here.
Just takes
Hmm.
over.
Okay.
So we're gonna put in a ticket for that because
Okay.
Ron,
Minimize it and minimize the whole thing.
do you want me to take a screenshot?
I know. Global settings is so fun. Okay. All right, keep going.
You got it.
Yeah.
All right. So now that the text color is saved, if I select the nav and change the background, you'll see the text changes. The colors pull from global settings.
ठीक है हमने इतना कितना चाहिए हाँ हमने इतना कितना ठीक है उसका
So while we're in the header, there's already some known issues that Lucas is working on. So let's say that I want to use a dark background. Well, now I can't read that logo down here, right? So the way I have it coded is you can click the logo, hit settings, and do a force white. So that changes your logo white so you can actually see it. But when we publish it, it's not working. So Lucas is working on that. The same thing with the logo. I also have some height options. Settings is right. Make sure you have a background color and a text color. Once that's done, with the menu, your menus need to be named main menu and footer menu.
Okay, we are clear with the.
I'm sorry?
We are clear with the navigation.
Okay. All right, so moving down, I don't have a footer this style yet, but I'll get it. We were just trying to get some basic stuff out there. I won't publish this so I don't mess it up, but because I need to build that footer. But design footer. So this is the only block that I have that has a form in it right now. I've got to do some contact forms for the contact page. But the way it works is footers. So the way it works is this. The block that you drag over, it has form name equals blank. So what they've done in the Visual Builder is anytime you drag a block over that has form name equals blank, that's going to trigger a pop-up that says which form do you want to insert into that. So if I choose newsletter, it's going to insert that newsletter form in here. Now you can see there's some design stuff here, but that's probably the way that the form was built out.
Okay.
So it might take some going into the form and let's see if that's what it is.
Oh, there are two.
Yeah. So what I would do in this situation is look and see the form that I used here. And there's going to be a default newsletter form and a default contact form. We're working on that everybody has, so you won't have to worry about rebuilding them.
Okay.
But I'm just curious to see why mine works, but that one doesn't. So I just want to look and see.
The forms.
Okay, so there's one thing right there. It's in an extra container. So we'll take this out. I'm not going to, I don't want to waste time doing that right now. I'm not going to do that right now.
Stay on target.
Yeah, I start seeing little bugs and I want to try to fix them. All right. But so that's how it's going to work. So with that being said, the sliders are going to work the same way. I don't know who all worked on it. I know Amon and I don't know who all was working on the sliders, the galleries, and testimonials.
Harry, weren't you working on the sliders?
Okay.
Okay.
Harry.
So the way those are going to work is once we get that library and everything pushed up to live, I'll do some blocks that just say slider name equals blank, the same way form name equals blank. So there'll be a thing over here that says sliders, and you'll drag that block over, and then it'll ask you which slider you want to insert into there. So it'll work the same way this footer form works, or these forms work.
Okay.
And then along that same line, I have blogs, promotions, and events already built out. They all look exactly the same. They're just one's pulling in blogs, one's pulling in events, one's pulling in promotions. But the same way or along the same lines as the forms and sliders, what's going to happen is you'll drag a blog over, and the pop up, instead of saying which form do you want to use or which slider you want to use, it's going to ask you, which tag do you want to use? Do you want to show all blogs, or do you only want to show blogs tagged with this word? You know, it's going to pull from your tags, because you may have a page where you only want to show services blogs. You know what I mean? So
A lot of our custom sites, they'll say only show certain things on like the news or events page. So Brian is just putting in a way that it will only dynamically show the categories the customers want to see on the front end on a particular page. Did you tell them about the default pages too? How you can change that? I would show them that.
yeah, I don't know if content pages. So what we need to do, all this template that I'm working on here, this DIY VB template, this is going to be the new master. I know we've changed the master template like 15 times, but we keep finding new stuff. I mean, I know y'all know how it is. So this is going to be the new master template, but what we've got now, there's a lot of variables that we don't know what the user's gonna choose when they're building the template. So we came up with this default pages, which is not working.
It's working. Look, there it goes.
No, I just refreshed the page.
Oh.
Got a broken modal.
Is it working for you, Jamie?
Default pages.
It was previously. I got word of it.
That's not as important for the templates right now, as long as you build them. But you can choose what page you want to land on when you.
Well, what the default page does is this Learn More button. So when you set your default page, this Learn More link right here. So you got a short code default blog detail page. So that's going to pull from your detail page that you set as what. Because the issue is some people name the default page article-detail or news-detail or whatever. We don't know what they're going to name it. So that we came up with this where you set your page and then that's injected here. That's basically what it is.
Okay.
And we do the same thing. We got default event detail page, default promo detail page. So we've got one for each of them, but I'm just letting you know that the blog, there's certain things that just won't work right now because Lucas and Tang are still working on it. The detail page, maybe it's because I'm doing this presenter thing, I don't know. But, so, and because this is a custom, with this blog, I've got it coded out where you can change things. So if I inspect this and go into the CSS, I can show you. So like this, the box here, it's got this color background. So if I change it, it should be able to in the Visual Builder. I've got all the same things set up where you can change the color, you can change the alignment, you can hide certain things. But because it's a custom element in the Visual Builder, when you click on it, the only option you have is to edit.
Okay, so it's basically it's under progress.
Yes, this one is also in progress, so you'd be able to change this background color, you'd be able to align the text, align the buttons. That's all stuff that Tang and Lucas are working on right now.
Okay, so
Long
we
story.
We can also have the features like if you don't want to show the date, author, or featured or
Exactly. Yeah, all of these have in the HTML here. So this VB hide this class, anything with this class in the Visual Builder, if you click it, you'll be able to hide it. So I can show you here. If I drag over this paragraph, it's going to have a button at the bottom. But this button has a VB hide class, so I can hide it just like that.
Got it.
So all of these have that same thing on it, but we just can't get to it right now. With that being said, any custom elements, anything that's pulled in dynamically is going to have that same issue. The logo, the blogs, the promos, anything that's a custom or dynamic element, we can't edit in the Visual Builder right now. The layout of it, we can't edit.
All right.
So that's some stuff that they're working on. Another thing they're working on, I'm gonna get out of here so I don't mess this up. Another thing that they're working on right now is icons, Font Awesome icons. So like this block here, If I change the background color, see it's got this white circle behind it. Now you can edit this and get rid of the white circle by changing the background color. And then you can change the color of the actual star by doing that. I don't know why that green, that is not working, but so, oh, I know why it's not. But the issue is, background. If I change the actual icon, here's the first one. You got all these blank squares, so it's not pulling in everything. But if I change the icon, it gets rid of the circle behind there. So that's something Tang's working on. He's going to get rid of these sizes and this color because I can control all that with the options. And see, it got rid of my options too, so now I can't change the color, the background color. So I'm just showing you known bugs, okay?
And they had reported that the sizes weren't saving.
Yeah. So he's working on all of that. Trying to remember. Let's see. Well, there's no option. Okay, yeah, so we've been through everything on that list.
It's the form, galleries.
So, look through here. Another known issue that he's working on is these maps. If I drag the map over, it's not displaying here. But if I publish it, it does actually work. It does work, I promise. Slow internet. What the heck?
It's not really convincing.
Can you just pull this site up on your computer? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, so it's working. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's working on Jamie's. You just have to take my word for it. But it's not showing up here in the Visual Builder, so that's another thing Tang's working on. And I also have maps. Again, because this is a dynamic element, the options aren't showing up, but I have in the code, I've got that same height class, so you'll be able to change between these heights for the map. So. And the list. This is the other thing he's working on. So the list, if I go in to edit one of the lists and save, my icon disappears. So that's another known issue that Tang is working on.
Okay.
Hit the on that list, hit the Icons
Well,
are checked on.
yeah, they're not supposed to. You can change those colors here. Yeah, because I mean, if a green check is good, so I didn't make those change to white because you want those to stand out. So you can just change those here.
So what I'm thinking is, if you guys are like 80% done with a template, and there's just some, 4 or 5 things left that you need to update it with, just put a comment on the task for that template. Say, still need to update the forms and the list. Hit submit, and then we can shelve it to later, because we're not having any true DIY people coming through with these templates right now. All of them now are going to be a $1,500 setup. So if you go to digipass.com and you look to sign up for one of these templates, you have to pay $1,500 to just have one of us spend 3 or 4 hours setting up 3 pages. So it's not as incredibly important as it used to be that the templates have to be perfect right now. But what we want is a variety of templates that look different, because our team here is saying our templates all look the same. So I'm putting
Okay.
they do not need to match how they used to look. I want them to look different. Like, variety is important. Be creative. Go to actual lodging websites, restaurant websites, see what they're doing.
If you need us to see, I've got a pretty good list. I can send it to examples. You want to see some industry specific examples to look at?
I think, yeah,
I can put those in on
put them in on the tickets. Because all of these templates you guys are assigned right now are live. So if someone does use them, they're going to be chosen. As soon as Brian says go for it, when we create new templates, we're going to use his new Brian, what is it, Brian?
DIY VB template.
DIY VB template. So maybe next Monday, I'll start pulling a few of those after Lucas does his next release.
Okay.
And then you guys can start in some new templates. So we have the shrimp basket build coming, which is going to be a portaler. It'll probably take somebody maybe, 10, 20 hours?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some elements, some design elements on the current website. It'd be nice. I can go.
Oh, there it is. The
send that
map
over to
finally
you
showed
guys
up.
to preview that we currently don't have, especially on the form side.
Yes.
There's also
If you can put in tickets for that.
on the maps as well.
Mm-hmm.
So
Then on the ticket for those pages, we can say this block is being built. So don't wait.
So the last thing I want to say is, with any of these blocks, try to stay away from this stuff over here. The only exception that I've found so far with this is the page title that has the image background, because that's the only way to change the actual image. But when you drag over a block, the first place to click is like over in the left corner somewhere to try to get this one to show up. And we've got to figure out that too. We've talked about that, because you don't know where to click, what you can change. Rory and I talked about it a week or so ago, about how to let the user know what options are available. But try to just click all the elements and hit this element setting to see what you can change. Because there's a lot of stuff that you can change just from the settings. But stay away from this one over here.
So use element setting, not section setting.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Like even these icons down here, or this UL, so I can take the border off, or I can not have it in, not let it have any color. So I mean, we've added a few options just on this stuff.
Yeah, and that's a good way to, speaking to the variations on the templates, that's a good way to offer some good variations on like footers and headers and things like that.
And that's why the same person is actually assigned to the same type of template, is so they know what they've already done, so they don't duplicate it. But we can do it where they vary it and we switch up who does what kind. I think that would help. What do you guys think about the graphics for the blocks for like lodging and restaurants? Do you want them to actually put Adobe stock graphics?
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you know it's for a specific industry like restaurants, you can look for, I wouldn't use food as much as like culinary images. But if you do specific food items, and they don't have that.
What I could do is I've already got some folders that I've saved on the services side from previous templates.
Okay.
I can send you guys, and then I've got some images on the food side I could send you, especially some images that I have on the GM3.
Okay.
That'd be good to use.
So what would be better for that is get me and Rory the images.
You got to put them in that one.
Well, no, just so we can load them up on the server and pull them from there, so we're not, because if you put, it's not a lot, but if you put images on templates and then those templates are cloned and those images are repeating, so the file size adds up. So what we do is put them on the server and then we just pull from the server.
Okay.
And that way you're not loading every image per template. It's all pulling from one place. But if you'll do that, what I'll do is this same Bootstrap blocks, I'll have because that's the one thing we don't know is it's all the same file path and the number changes on the file path.
Yeah.
But I can load up all the images with the file name. So you say, I want to use this image, and you can copy that file path. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to load images into the channel admin. So you can start looking for some graphics there. And Gagan and Harry, so you guys understand who does what around here? Jamie is the guy that talks to the clients the most and has to go to meet with restaurants and give demos of our tools. So he's kind of writing a bunch of tickets. So if you have any questions about the requirements of the templates, like what do the templates need to have, Jamie's a good person to go to. Brian is more technical, building him. He's the one that actually is testing VB3 right now the most. He has to get into the CSS and do the deep dive. So Brian is like, if you actually have a coding issue about using the templates, talk to Brian. Rory, he works with the infrastructure of the entire system for DigiPass. He works with your developers. So Rory, he needs to load something to the server or do a server update. Rory's the guy for that.
Yeah, that's what I was pulling up. These are like.
And I mostly just harass people. So if you want someone to be harassed, come to me.
Oh,
Okay.
not at all.
Do you guys have any other questions?
Just give me a second, Veronica. Let me just talk with Harry.
Okay.
Just you guys just let us know if haven't understood any issue from our side. We'll be here to help you guys.
Okay. We'll let you know
Yeah.
if we see any issues in the templates on their side. We'll let them know.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for spending your Friday night with us.
Oh,
We
yeah.
appreciate
Okay.
that.
Thank you. Thanks a lot, Veronica.
Have a good weekend.
Have a good weekend,
Thanks,
guys. Thank you.
Yeah. Have
You
a good
too.
weekend too.
Okay.
Good night.
Thank you. Good night.